Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope this video can make it a little bit better. Today we're going to be covering Varus versus Lissandra, and also showcasing a new epic relic, or well, new to me, epic relic that I haven't actually used, I don't think in any adventures yet, despite the fact I've had it for about a week now. Before we get into that though, let's look at the star power. So up first, when you target an ally with a single target spell, copy it on your strongest ally. So a lot of spell duplication. Just anytime we're using a single target spell, we're automatically copying it onto our strongest unit, which really awesome, a very powerful effect. Then we also have Gift of Corruption, so +1 starting mana, round start, reduce the cost of a spell in your deck by 1, then create an exact fleeting copy of it in hand. So not only is this giving you some constant cost reduction for your spells in your deck, but then it's just giving you a fleeting copy of that already cost reduced spell for you to be able to play and have fun with. And then remember, if that spell was like a single target spell, it can go off twice. So really strong, powerful effects right here. Now for the relics we're going with Secret Technique. So this is a power, so always active, even if Varus isn't on the board. When an ally gains stats from a spell, it gains twice that many instead. So since we're already doubling up a lot of our spells, we can also potentially double up their effects, which is very powerful. We're going for Hymn of Valor. When I'm summoned, create a redoubled Valor in hand. It costs 3. So that redoubled Valor, normally a 6 cost spell, fully heal an ally, then double its power and health. So this is already doubling your power and health. If it's the strongest unit, then this can go off twice. And then because of the Secret Technique, that's going to go off twice again. So really going to be able to make some massive units with this. And then we're going with Lost Chapter. Play, refill your spell mana. Just that when we play Varus, he's going to make that Hymn of Valor, and we'll immediately have the 3 mana to cast it. Now this build will be very susceptible to enemy removal, at least some hard removal like obliterates or just kill spells. So that is definitely weakness, but should be a lot of fun. Now if you appreciate all the daily Path of Champions content, definitely like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Alright, support champion. Let's see. So we have to bear in mind that any spell we see is going to be in our deck, which means we're going to get some fleeting copies of it potentially in our hand. So Nami would definitely work with some spell duplication, so that seems decent. Yeah, I think this will probably be the best option, so we'll grab that here. All right, welcome gifts, counterfeit production, or whoosh. So counterfeit production, we could then use this to shuffle more copies of a spell back into our deck. And then since they're in our deck, we're more likely to get that made from our second star power. So that is definitely a interesting choice. Not sure if we necessarily want to go with that for our main power. You know what? I think it could be fun. Let's try it out. All right, low rolled the amount of gold, so that is a little bit sad. Summon 2 Forge Workers. Last Breath Rally. Interesting. Don't really want him to die. I think we're going to get this Elixir of Wrath because it's a single target spell. It's super cheap. And then doubling dice could be pretty big since it's going to go off twice. That means twice the odds for doubling dice generate. This could be really strong. So let's go ahead and grab that. And I think let's actually try to do a reroll here. See if we could maybe get that doubling dice in our rerolls. Because if we could just get some more items on that, that would be pretty crazy. Mountain Goat with Capture isn't bad. Let's try one more. All right, not seeing anything. Gift Giver with Crystal Carrier, pretty good. Nami's probably not going to get any kills. Although with that scaling, you never know. Sure, let's go ahead and make our Nami a little bit stronger. She's going to be scaling like crazy. All right, so in the middle, we have Champion Item Chest. Down here at the bottom, It That Stares, She Who Wanders, and we have Draklorn Inquisitor up top. So I think we haven't done the middle path, I don't think, in a little while. And I would like that champion item chest, so I think let's go down here. So we have Yeti Yearling and Frost Gathers. All right, let's get rid of all 3 of these. All right, let's go ahead and counterfeit production our Elixir of Wrath, just so we get more copies in our deck. We could hit 2 units. Not really that much of a point. Let's just put this here for a blocker.
If they're out there, I'll stop.
All right, let's get Nami on the board and get her starting to scale up. So perfect, we already made some more Elixir of Wrath. Let's counterfeit production and put even more of those in our deck. Let's see how crazy this gets.
Let the tide carry you. Rise with the surf. Let the tide carry you.
So yep, it goes off twice, gives us 2 more. Are we just gonna have an infinite amount already?
The Mirai will never know fear again. Let the tide carry you. Ride the surging tide.
Oh, I love the crazy stuff you can get up to with Varus.
Rise with the surf. Let the tide carry you. Rise with the surf.
So the good thing is, now that she's leveled, she's gonna start healing this other card.
Ride the surging tide. Let the tide carry
Because right now it's not strong
you.
enough,
The
but
surging tide.
yeah, it's about to be strong enough to survive anything. We could go for another one, but I think we'll leave this in hand, but we will drop this just to
Rise with the surf.
heal it a little bit more. And look at this massive Nami. Alright, pretty good. We don't have Overwhelm or anything, otherwise we would just end right here. Like if we had the Beast Within for Varus, which might actually be a better option, we could have just ended.
Took the bait.
Alright, so I'm a little
Surf. Ride the surging tide.
worried about Varus. Don't necessarily want to play him here, as he'll just immediately get killed. He would be another blocker. They do have a pretty aggressive attack, but I think let's actually pass. Oh, right, they're annoying Nab. I forgot how much I hate the Yetis. Of course, they take that card. We'll
Let the tide carry you.
play it here to try to heal up that
Ride the surging tide.
card.
Let the tide carry you.
Beware those who have nothing to lose. Only revenge will quiet our minds.
Found one.
Alright, so we could try to buff him up, because right now the Redoubled Valor is going to hit other cards. I don't know about that. I think let's just... the issue with using these is just going to use up our mana. So I think we'll pass for now. Granted, they might Frostbite us next round. But since Varus has the Overwhelm, he's kind of the one we want to buff up a bit more. Let's throw some Redoubled Valor in our...
Rise with the surf.
throw some of those in our deck.
The tide carry you. Ride the surging tides. Rise with the surf. Ride the surging tides.
So this is going to be a lot of animations.
Rise with the surf.
And it might all end with them just frostbiting him. Oh, that could be sad.
Carry you. Ride the surging tides. Rise with the surf. Ride the surging tides. Let the tide carry you.
Alright, he's almost past the other card.
Rise with the surf. Let the tide carry you.
Alright, perfect. So we'll try to use this. Again, they might just frostbite him.
Ride the surging tides. Rise with the surf. Let the tide carry you.
Alright, so there's our 500 power
Back down.
Varus.
Tread carefully.
And GG.
Ride the surging tides.
So definitely a little nutty what you're able to do with this build. So stance swap, this would be able to be made in our deck, and then it'd make the stance swaps, but the stance swaps are pretty expensive. They would go off twice, but not really great. I think we'll just go for this unit here, just so we don't fill up our deck with more of these. Alright, so we could get Nami down to a 2 cost. We could play her round 1, which could be pretty strong. Alright, we have Omen Hawk with Frost Gathers. That's pretty deadly. And the Zephyr Sage. We'll go up here. We don't want to go against the Omen Hawk and have them play a couple of their units, drag one aside, and just like one-shot our Nexus. So let's go over here. Alright, let's get rid of these 3. We want more early game units. We just need to limit how much damage we're taking. We took a bit too much damage last time.
One sprint for each crab I saw today. Give me a sweet bun. Tightens the senses.
Rise with the surf.
Alright, good thing we can scale her up to survive pretty much anything.
Ride the surging tides.
But they just have so much extra mana that even though we're playing a unit round 1, it kind of doesn't matter. They're still able to play so many.
Rise with the surf. I will find the moonstone. I will save my people. Ride the surging tides.
I'll show you how it's done.
So yeah, still taking damage, which isn't great.
The tide carry you.
Yeah, we need to give her Overwhelm or something. Alright, let's just, again, play another unit so we can have
No greater gift than knowledge.
more units on the board.
Rise with the surf. Let the tide carry you. Search for it.
And we'll just try to scale up
Rise with the surf.
both of these to the point where they can take on any of these units and survive.
Ride the surging tides. Let the tide carry you. Rise with the surf.
Alright, that looks good for now.
How did that move go?
Let the tide carry you.
You'll thank me later.
So we'll play a bit more of these just to try to get them out of our hand, and the fact we can play them for free.
Carry you.
And every time Nami's
With the
just
surf.
buffing herself and the other card up.
Tide carry you. Rise with the surf. Ride the surging tide.
Alright, it's getting a little out of hand. Let's just drop this here.
Rise with the surf. Ride the surging tide.
Because we still want Varus to be the strongest card we're buffing up. Because he's kind of the only one with, like, Overwhelm or Elusive or anything to get through.
What would you wish to learn?
Beware those who have nothing to lose!
Only revenge will quiet our minds. Tales of our past are seeds for our future.
Yeah, let's use counterfeit production
Ride the surging tides. Let the tide carry you.
right here.
Ride the surging tides. Let the tide
And we'll try to
carry you.
buff him up to the point where he can
Rise with the surf. Let the tide carry you.
survive any of their attacks.
Rise with the surf. Ride the surging tides. Rise with the surf.
I don't think they have
Let
any
the tide
frostbite,
carry you.
which is nice.
Rise with the surf. Let the tide carry you. Rise with the surf.
Goodness. I think I might go ahead and turn off the dialogue volume, because with all the animations, they are getting a little too much. But we'll buff them up, use our Redoubled Valley here. Oh, they keep being, like, equal. Don't really want the Redoubled Valley to hit the other card. Hopefully it doesn't. But it might with the Nami buffs. Yep, there it goes. So, little sad. But still, that's a ridiculously big unit. All right, GG. All right, Shield Vault, grant an ally 1/1 and stun an enemy. Has Invoke. This wouldn't be bad. Like this is good, but again, every time we add a card into our deck, it's reducing down the chances we're going to get one of the cards we really want. And while this is good, the stun and CC, right now we're really struggling with the early aggression. So I think let's actually go here. If we can get this down to like 1 or 2 cost, play that round 1, could be really good. All right, Woolly Snailmoth. All right, some sustain there. Actually a decent opening hand. All right, no Nami, which is a little sad. Perfect, we can play this for a 0 cost. Yeah, I know the enemy is very aggressive here. Wanted to play another unit, but I guess let's just try to let this one survive. I think I'll hold off on the counterfeit copies for now. Not really wanting to shuffle any of this into our deck, I don't think. That's not wonderful. We could go for the gem for a little bit of extra damage. Yeah, let's drop this here. Wow, I was gonna say so it's strong enough to kill their Reaver, but when they attack, they're gonna get 3/3, so it's still not gonna be able to kill it. Let's go ahead and drop this, see what we get for the spell, and get a little bit of sustain going. All right, let's go like this. Again, just trying to reduce down that damage. We're not getting too lucky with the spells we're generating. All right, so we can drop our Varus. Let's use this 1 spell mana first, since we're going to be refilling our spell mana anyways. Well, there goes half of our Nexus health. All right, let's try to shuffle some more of those into our deck. If we get lucky, this will be game. Okay, we'll probably be fine. Does sound a little weird. I'm so used to all the voice lines constantly. All right, GG. I don't really want to add either of these to our deck, so I guess we'll go for the Tortured Prodigy. Not really wonderful though, and we could get the heal, but I feel like we really need another power. Not great, but let's see what we can get. Allies of Overwhelm. That would have really helped us earlier. Sting Officer with Elusive. Yeah, I guess we'll grab this here. All right, She Who Wonders. All right, let's literally get rid of all of this. We don't want any of this in our opening hand. We need early game blockers. All right, having Nami, we can play round 1. That is going to be helpful. And also the fact she is Overwhelm. That's going to be definitely very good. It is funny to see their level up animations without anything on. Any of the voice lines. So they probably have a frostbite. So I'll play this here because I want them to burn some of their mana, but we can potentially end immediately. No, of course they didn't play anything. All right, so we'll attack with enough damage to end the game and see what they do. Hopefully we still have enough fuel in the engine to still buff our units up after they potentially frostbite them. Alright, ton of damage. Let's see what they do. Nothing. GG. Well, that was nice. Again, don't really want to add these spells into our deck, so I guess we'll grab this here, even though I don't really want that unit in my deck either. We do not have the health for a Mind Meld, even though I would love to cut a bunch of cards. Let's go for the champion item chest. Elusive doesn't matter as much. We'll go for the game start just so we know we're going to have our Nami. Alright, Rot Colossus and I Am Inevitable. We'll reroll both of these as well as our Nami, because we know we're going to draw her. Nice that we have the Elixir of Wrath in our opening hand. We can try to win in our first attack. Alright, so we'll have to get a little bit lucky with getting some of these to give us a second copy. We got very lucky with both of them doing that. Yeah, Varus with Secret Technique is so good because we don't even need Varus to be on the board. But just having that effect with your spell duplication is pretty crazy. Alright, we'll get another unit on the board and give them the opportunity to play something so they don't have enough mana for frostbites. Alright, I think we should be fine. We can now just spam this until we have enough damage to one-shot them. I don't think there should be anything they can do with that 2 mana. Especially not at burst speed. Oh, we're already there. And we could go for so much longer. GG. I guess we'll go here. Again, this gives us maybe an opportunity to cut it from our deck. Really hate that we're filling our deck with so many things that are just kind of worthless to us. We'll grab this just because, one, it can be some extra draw, even though we're not struggling with that at all. But healing our Nexus, it's a bit of sustain. I don't really want to use our reroll here, and I feel like it's better than the other two. Alright, shop. Man. I want to get items for that other card. We will buy 1 copy of this just so it's free, even though, again, we're normally not playing it. Let's use a reroll, see if we get lucky. We did not. I guess we get doubling dice because it's there, even though we're rarely playing it because we're normally not equipped. Sure, that could be helpful. In the off chance we actually need this. So we'll buy 1 copy of this just because we have ways of generating this. If we buy 1 copy, we get the item on any versions we generate from all of our units. So don't really want to add this to our deck, but the doubling dice is really good. While Mentor is good, we're not really needing the extra damage. We're already one-shotting them. So really just adding more cards to our deck. We're trying to do that as little as possible. We already have way too many cards that we don't want in there, which is rough. I was really hoping we were going to get another item onto our Elixir of Wrath, because if we get another item on this, it would be ridiculous, but didn't get lucky. So Trundle, and at last they awaken. All right, let's get rid of these 3. We'll hold on to the Guiding Touch, because by getting this, it reduces the odds we're going to have it be one of the cards we create in our hand. Because we have only 2 copies in our deck, or we only have 2 copies, and 1 is in our deck, and 1 is right here. So the gem is definitely worse because it is focus speed, not burst speed. So we're going to need to take this hit. I don't really want to shuffle more copies in our deck, but I also don't want to take that damage. So we'll do 1 just so our Nami is high enough to survive. Heal an ally or nexus and draw 1. Sure, let's use this here. Okay, so that's when you target an ally, so apparently your nexus doesn't count as an ally. Good to know. Alright, so I think we'll just attack like this. They have so much damage, or so much mana, that is. It is crazy how much the enemy, how much more mana they get over you. Alright, so a Frostbite, not too surprised. We'll see how lucky or unlucky we get. We've been lucky so far, but that might have worn off. Oh, not quite yet. Well, looks like this will be game. Wonderful. I love the crazy things you can do with Varus. GG. We can go ahead and grab this. We're normally able to play it for nothing, which is pretty nice. And then let's actually go down here. Nami is being our main win condition. 2 Namis would actually be decent because then they would both scale up. Makes it harder for the enemy to frostbite or deny us. And both of the Namis will be buffing up the other cards every time we play a spell. So especially if we start with the attack token, Nami could have us win the game. I mean, she's normally having us win the game, but even more. All right, Lissandra with I Am Inevitable. All right, let's get rid of the Cultist. Nice we have that. We'll get rid of both of these because they have Farsight. We know we're going to draw them anyways. We start with the attack token. So we're not going to have a lot of mana to play with. So we're going to have to be pretty lucky to end round 1. Although we're going to get 1 extra mana from this. We're playing this first just to see what they play. All right, Lissandra. Alright, they are out of mana. It really just comes down to whether or not... Oh, right. Right. Kind of forgot about the mana increase from... Lissandra. Alright, so we'll just attack with the ephemeral one. That is definitely going to hurt us. Alright, sure, let's attack like that. Throughout the run, I kind of completely forgot about Lissandra's effect. Well, that'll spice things up, make it a little bit more difficult for us. Alright, so we're gonna try to buff up our Nami enough to survive this, because otherwise it is a lot of damage. So we'll play this, the other one will go up to a 3 cost. Oh, right, the I am inevitable. Yeah, there's not really going to be a way we can survive all of that damage of this getting buffed up to a... Oh, 17. That's actually going to be slightly less. Maybe we can survive. Probably... Probably not. Oh, we're going down to 3 health. Granted, since it's Lissandra, they're probably just going to play another Ice Shard. Okay, they didn't have one. Nice. All right, still alive. So there's a very high chance we're going to get obliterated. I would love to shuffle more of these in our deck, but that's going to go... Well, yeah, I don't want to risk it. It would be fun to be able to buff up a whole bunch and then play this, but... they have that Ice Shard. They're probably going to play their Ice Shard as soon as we play this. And the increased cost of everything is going to go up. I think this only goes off once. So even if this is able to go through and work, which I find somewhat doubtful, we're not going to have enough damage to be able to end. And since this is slow, as soon as we play it, they're going to counter with an Ice Shard, which will kill this unit, which is currently the other one that's going to get the redoubled Valor. Let's try to shuffle more of those in our deck. I think that only goes off, yes, once. So the more spells we play, the more Nami heals up our units, as well as scales up herself, which is why we're prioritizing actually playing more spells over... Yeah, this unit's gonna die. Let's drag Lissandra actually aside. Although killing her wouldn't be bad, so let's just get rid of one of these big annoying units. Yeah, so this will be interesting. Granted, by doing this, Nami will end up dying because they can just block with either of these units, but it's just so much damage we don't want to waste. Yeah, let's try to attack like this. Interesting. Well, classic AI. Playing Ice Shard after it would have been helpful. Because if they used it before, it would have buffed up all of their units, so they would have taken way less damage. All right, we are going to try to play this here. At least they're out of mana to entomb our unit. Oh. I don't think we really have enough to be able to stop all of this damage. We'll try to play this here. Well, I wonder what cards got left. Yeah, so even with blocking as much damage as we can, it's still just too much. So, GG. Alright, we weren't full health when we entered, so maybe now with the full revive, it might be a little bit better. Let's go again. Yep, good to have that. We'll get rid of this one. Actually, hold on to the Furious Wielder. Again, having spells in our opening hand reduces our odds that they're going to be the spell generated. I think we'll actually wait and play Nami on the defensive turn. Let's actually put some more copies of her in our deck. And we might just want to play another blocker. Alright, let's go ahead and block here. Won't really block the Overwhelm, especially because it's just going to make them bigger because of the I am inevitable. Alright, we'll drop our Nami. We haven't gotten lucky with getting the spell we need. Let's see if we can buff up this unit enough to kill their Lissandra. But we're going to hit that mana increase, which is going to be rough. Alright, so we'll attack like this, at least getting rid of their Lissandra and potentially killing someone else as well. Alright, we will drop Varus. We're going to try to be able to kill their Lissandra if they attack her. And yes, they are. And is that... oh, an Entomb. Well, that is not great. Let's try to buff up our Varus while Nami can still buff him up. Alright, so able to survive, but yeah, we are taking so much damage. All right, we'll drop the double Nami. Now, if they just entomb us or something... Okay. They blew all of their mana. So there's actually, like, a bit of a chance then. Did not expect him to do that. So yeah, I think we're actually going to be fine, surprisingly. Oh, well. They have the Watcher. Yeah, okay. Well. If one of these Namis had, like, Challenger or something, then we would be totally fine. But that's not really the case. So we're not gonna have enough damage because they just have this massive blocker, which we can kill, but it's just not gonna be enough to go through and one-shot their Nexus. Thought we had it there. It is funny that we're destroying the Watcher though, but yeah, almost. Like, normally we could maybe drag it aside with the Chain of Corruption, but it just costs too much. Alright, Buried in Ice. If we could do this like a couple times, then we would be good, but we're gonna get unequipped as soon as we're obliterated. And then they can open attack and kill us. Don't really see any way out of this, unfortunately. Alright, so we could drop another Varus. We'd be able to block one of their units. Sadly, our card did not get doubled, so we cannot play it again. Otherwise, yeah, we could drop Varus, could play that card again, and strike the other one. But we just don't have enough units to block both of theirs. Yep. So yeah, that spell got doubled earlier. Block right here, strike that one, and actually survive another round. But not quite able to come away with the win. GG. Alright, pretty good run and pretty fun up till Lissandra. Her one power, though, is just more of a anti-fun mechanic of no fun allowed. Which is definitely sad and something you will struggle with if you're playing Varus, because since you're getting that spell duplication, every one of those counts as another card you're playing, even though you're not directly playing it. It just counts for that timer or ticker for Lissandra, which you've played 3 spells or 3 cards. So it's actually limiting you and hitting you harder than other champions, because you're kind of suffering for that duplication in a sense, because then you're getting that cost increase even faster. So pretty sad. We blasted through like the entire adventure up to Lissandra and almost was able to come away with the win, but that Watcher was able to block us out. Hope you guys enjoyed that though. If you did, definitely like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a great day.